Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I am Nisha for those who are tuning in for the very first time. Hey girl, hey. And for those who already been here, y'all know what's up, what it do, baby boo. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a look using the Tarte Nightfall palette. This might be my first or second look using this palette, because I say that to say this. I didn't look great using it, but I did not like how my makeup turned out that day, and I think that just might be a discard. I might redo that look, I don't know, but yeah, I'm very picky when it comes to my makeup looks. Y'all know that I'd be doing some looks and I'm like, if I don't like it, I'm like like everything about that makeup look, I remember that day because I recorded it, everything was not going right. It was like one of those funky days, and I don't think I want to upload it. But anyway, I'm going to do a whole different look, so I'm going to debate if I want to upload it or not. I got to look at the footage again, but anywho, I'm going to be using this palette. This is the Tarte Nightfall palette. Sorry, Man-Eater Nightfall palette. And this is what she looks like. Absolutely gorgeous, right? Yes. So I'm going to do something with her again. So as I get ready, I had a brief story to tell you guys. You can see my nails. There's no color in my nails, like just bare nails. So really quickly into the story as I clean off my brushes. I had a nail appointment with my, of course, nail tech yesterday, and I was in the process of soaking my nails off because it was definitely time for a new set. And y'all know I wear my natural nails. I just get acrylic put on that. So I've been going to her for about what, almost 2.5 years. So she knows me. She knows how I like my nails and blah blah blah. It's like when you get used to somebody who knows what to do correctly, like you get used to it. So I wasn't expecting to try to find somebody else to say this, she's pregnant. So I knew eventually she wasn't going to be able to do my nails for a while because of her being pregnant. So what I'm saying is I'm gonna grab, now that I clean my brushes off, let me start off with my transition color. Right, yeah, I'm gonna go in with the shade right here. So yeah, so being that she's pregnant, she's at her last little bit of her pregnancy. I think this is like her last month of being pregnant. I understood that eventually she wasn't going to be able to do my nails. I just not expected yesterday when I was in the middle of soaking off my acrylic, off my, not the acrylic, what's this? Is it called acrylic? Am I saying it right? Yeah, the acrylic off my nails, okay? So I was in the middle of it, and I was taking longer than expected because I think I had left that whatever powder she put on way too long. Like I left it on way too long. I was being lazy. And I was like, hey, I messaged her and let her know, like, is it okay if I be like 30 minutes behind because I'm having, you know, a hard time soaking my polish off. And then she was like, well, I was actually going to message you to see if we can reschedule. And I was like, what? No, not today. And I was like, I honestly can't because, you know, I just sucked my nails off. My nails are very, very much so fragile. So she apologized, which I understood. Like I said, I understood. Like, I've been pregnant before. I know, like, when it happens, it happens. When that last month happens, like, everything you just feel so exhausted and stuff like that. So she had overworked herself, and she was going to schedule it for the next day, and I could have did it, but I have to be at work today this morning, and the way my nails are, they're too fragile, you know, too thin to wear them by themselves. So I knew that was not going to work, otherwise I was going to not have any nails at all. So I was like, I said, no, it's unfortunate. I guess I gotta go find someone, like a nail shop. But how was it? Because I already, you know, soak off my nails and everything. So I came to the conclusion that I was just gonna have to, you know, find someone around my area. The only thing about me doing that is that the time frame, it was already late for my nail appointment that I was about to go to. I'm gonna go in with the Ace. So I was on a scavenger hunt, and most nail places over here, especially by my house, they all usually close around 6, and it's like around like 4:30. And again, my nails are not even fully soaked off on one hand. So I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I'm like, I can't go to work without having my nails done, because I don't want to break my nails, because they were growing out on a nice length. So I finally found a 24/7 nail shop, which I've never heard of and never been to, but it was pretty far, and it was kind of not in the hood area, but in the hood area. And I was like, nah, me going late at night by myself in a non-familiar area, I was like, I don't know if that's safe. So I kept trying to call my husband just to see if he'll be able to take me, because I didn't want to go all the way over there by myself, and he wasn't picking up, and I was getting even more frustrated. So I decided to, oh heck, what the heck. So I decided just to see if I can find a nail shop that was close to me that's not gonna close at 6, and maybe push for like a 7 o'clock closing time. So I found one, and it's actually the one that I go to get my toes done. So I was like, oh, I didn't realize they closed at 7. So I called them. I said, hey, do you guys have any openings for today? Remind you, it's 4 o'clock. And they was like, yeah. And I was like, well, is it okay if I make an appointment for, did I make it for 5 o'clock? Yeah. I was like, can I make it for 5 o'clock? Because I figure, I know within an hour I can get this soaked off. And he was like, yeah, you can come at 5 o'clock. I'm gonna go in with the shade right here. It's called Pamper. Yeah, that's what she looks like. So I'm gonna take my finger, of course. It's a pretty decent color. I'm just gonna pat that on my lid. So I go in there with the expectation that my appointment was at, 5 o'clock. I was gonna be seated, blah, blah, blah. So 5 o'clock comes, I'm still not fully done soaking my nails off. And I was like, well, I'm just gonna have to pay the extra charge on getting my nails soaked off. Usually it's like, what, $10, $20 to get your nails soaked off. So I was like, whatever. So I go in there, and I say, hey, I have an appointment for 5 o'clock. They say, okay, go ahead and pick your polish. And I'm like, oh my god, I gotta go through all this all over again. I got used to being pampered to where my nail tech picked my polish for me. I show the design and she picks it for me. So I got used to the pampering. So I really didn't even pick out a polish. I took a picture of like a glitter. I was like, let me just show this, because I knew I wanted like pink glitter on my nails. So I sit down, and I finally, let the guy know. I'm like, hey, I'm here for a full set. I said, I think I talked to you, because I remember his voice. And he said, yeah. So I was like, but I still have a hand that needs to be soaked off. It has acrylic on it. And he said, okay. Tell me why did it take him 30 to 45 minutes just to get my hand soaking? So when that happened, I already knew what day it was going to be. I was like, oh boy, this is why I got used to going to one-on-one, either at home nail service, because they cater to one person at a time. I feel like the nail shop, and this is where I forgot, they always say, yeah, we have openings, but knowing that they're too busy and you're going to wait some time. Because I could have stayed at home and finished soaking my nails off for free, instead of, trying to rush and thinking like, oh, let me hurry up and get to my appointment on time, because I thought they were going to do my nails on time. I'm going to go in with some setting spray for this. I feel like these metallics in here are not the best. They're not bad, but I'm used to, more frosty metallics. So anyway, he's soaking my nails, and then I'm waiting for him to, stop walking around, because they were busy. I was like, ain't no way in heck I'm gonna be out of here by 7 o'clock. It's no way. I'm like, especially for my design that I want. I was like, no. So I started to simplify my designs that I originally wanted, because I knew it was going to take too long, and I don't want to be at a nail shop or anybody's shop that longer than what needed, So I finally flagged the one that kept pacing and walking around, because I felt like he was the only one, honestly, who really could speak English, because he was like translating to all the other nail techs. I think he was like the main one who understood and know how to speak English. So I tells him, I said, hey, I showed him a picture. I said, is there anyone in here who can do these type of design? And he said, yeah. So he pointed to the guy that was behind me who was actually doing somebody's nails already. And I was like, in my head, I was like, everyone is busy doing somebody's nail. So who did you set my appointment with? Because obviously it's going on almost 6 o'clock and no one is available to do my nails. So who was supposed to do my nails at 5 o'clock? So then I proceeded to, you know, get my nails soap, whatever. And they're talking in their, you know, their language, telling him what I want. And then he said, okay, once he's done with the client, he'll take you next. And I was like, okay. I didn't even bother looking at the client's nails or whatever like that. And I remember him too. And I was like, oh, so he's the one who did my toes. And he did an amazing freaking job with my toes. So I was like, okay, yeah, like I'm in good hands. But I'm still a little irritable how they were doing things. I was like, but for that nail places, they try to, you know, get all the money they can possibly get. I'm gonna go back in with my transition color. So finally he sits me down and he looks at my nails and he's like, I can read people's energy from a mile away. The moment I sat down, I felt his frustration and irritable. It made me feel uncomfortable. And I told myself just to get up and leave because I could pretty much sum up what they were saying in their language without fully understanding. Like that. Does that make sense? Because that's how frustrated he was. I can tell what they're saying. Like they literally, he's right here and the other guy's right here. They're talking in their language and pretty much he's complaining that my nails are not soaked off. And I was like, yeah, because I told homeboy when I first got here to soak my nails. Like I've been sitting down for an hour now and it took him about 30 to 45 minutes to have my nails in the process of soaking. So yes, now I'm still soaking while you're ready to do my nails. So don't get mad at me, get mad at him. I'm gonna go in with another shade to kind of like deepen up. I'm gonna see if I can do something with that purple. So he goes in and tells him to bring the soaking water back over there to finish soaking my nails. And he's like looking all, you know, doing all this to my nails, trying to figure out if I had, you know, any fake tips and stuff like that. So I kindly tell him, I said I have just acrylic on my natural nails. I said I don't wear any fake tips or anything like that. And he said, yeah. You know, like, okay, yeah, I got it. So then he started to do this, my other hand, which was free because it was completely, you know, clean. And my nails were stained from the acrylic I had on my nails. It was a yellow acrylic and it was completely stained to where it was not coming off. I didn't care how long I soaked my nails, it was just not coming off. So then the way he was moving and jerking my hand, I knew I was like, Nisha, you don't need to tolerate this disrespect. But also in my head, I'm like, if it wasn't for the simple fact that I needed an emergency to get my nails done, I would not have sat down and got mistreated the way I got mistreated. So he just doing all this yanking and everything, and I'm sitting here looking at him because I want him to see, like, homeboy, like, you're being extremely disrespectful right now. And there was another lady that was next to me who was actually on the phone, and she was kind of going off on the people, and she was like, oh, I can't wait to get the hell out of here, because she had an emergency nail fix too as well. So I don't know if they just didn't have great customer service or what, but I didn't experience that when I got my pedicure. That's why I was like really thrown off. I'm gonna try to deepen this up just a tad bit. I'm not liking my lid color. I feel like it's just completely it's not here no more. So I'm gonna go with a different shade. I'm gonna go in with the shade I said I was gonna go in with, which is this gold color. Yeah, let's just go in with that one and put it on top. This time I'm gonna put glitter glue though. You can pretty much tell that he's like telling the other guy, like, I don't have time to do her nails, like we're about to close and blah blah blah. So then he asked me to show him the design I wanted. So I showed him on my phone and he literally did this. Excuse you? It's a French tip with the glitter. And one of the nails had a 3D flower. So I was like, okay, maybe you ain't got time for this. So I simplified that design and gave him another option, and it was again just a pink French tip with a lighter pink, no 3D art and nothing like that. So he said yes to that. I can tell he was still a little frustrated, but he agreed with that in a sense. To agree to that, so then he, you know, proceeded to try to soak off this polish or whatever, and he's moving extremely fast to the point it's making him come off very rude and, you know, like very rushed. Like, I can't explain it. Like, he was irritating the heck out of me because he kept doing this to my hand, because he kept saying I was tense, and I was like, yeah, I'm tense because of the way you're acting. Like, dude, you're pissing me off. Like, so I'm tense because I'm holding back my anger because I was really, you know, frustrated and disappointed on how he was treating me. And I mean, he was like so rough. I've never had that kind of roughness in a long time. I was like, this is the reason why I had stopped coming to nail salons, because of this. So anywho, he furthers to get he tells me to look at my phone again to see the picture, because he wants to see what kind of acrylic I had on. So I show him, he's just like staring at my screen. I guess like the picture was too small, so I zoomed it in for him so he can see. And it's on Instagram, so y'all know when y'all zoom anything on Instagram, once you let it go, it's let go. And he grabs his phone to take a picture of the picture, which was cool. So I had my hand still on it, zoomed in so he can see it. And instead of him saying, oh, you know, like, just move your hand, whatever, he goes like this and moves my hand like this. I'm like, oh my, immediately I'm like, what the, like, dude, you're hella rude, hella rude. I'm like, what gives y'all the right to feel like, to disrespect? Like, and I said y'all as in like the culture, because this is not my first time I experienced Korean style of nail service. Like, I don't know what it is, but they come off so rude. And I'm not gonna say everybody's like that, because I've met some that are actually, you know, cool and decent, but for the majority of them, I don't know why they come off so rude. And I feel like even more rude towards African American. I think I'm gonna deepen up my hour just a tad bit, because it's just, I don't know what I'm doing, y'all. I'm here running my mouth, giving you guys a little bit of a story time. So it's a dark brown in here. I don't even think it's going to show up, because I think this purple is deep, but we're going to give it a go. So I'm really like debating in my head. I'm like, Nisha, just get up, just walk away, just get up and walk away. But I'm also telling myself, I'm like, it's already 6 o'clock. I have nowhere to go to get my nails done. And I could have went to the 24-hour service thing. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I should have just, you know, waited for my husband to get off of work to have went there, because I really did not deserve that treatment whatsoever. But anywho, as he started to do my nails and everything, he's grabbing the fake nails, and that's, you know, and I went there. I said, no fake nail. He said, no, long nails. And I was like, no, I don't want long nails. I said, I like my nails, you know, like this, short. And he got pissed and puts the nails up so aggressively. And I'm like, what the? Oh my God. Like, I'm gonna report you. So I'm like, is anybody else seeing this? Is anybody experiencing, like, is there anybody else I can go to? Because like, I was just at this point, I'm like, I don't even want the design no more. I just need you to fix my nail with some acrylic, and I'm gonna bounce out. So then he grabs the acrylic powder, and I'm looking at the powder. I was like, that's not the powder color that's on the actual nail design. But I'm like, you know what, it might be different once, you know, he puts like the polish and everything. But he grabbed like this really light pink powder, and in the acrylic picture I feel like it was just a white powder, not a pink one. Let me do my wingy stuff really quick, guys, and I'll be right back. I just got done putting the acrylic and everything on my nails. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, he did cut my nails too. I was a little disappointed as well, but I think he was trying to match my length through all my nails, so I let that slide. But I'm like, ask me or say something first before cutting, you know. And I don't like my shape of my nails either. They look like little Easter eggs. My nail shape is a coffin that I like. I feel like this is like a square Easter egg shape, and I just don't like the shape of them. So anywho, after he got done putting my acrylic and everything on, he grabs the nail polish for the design. And when he grabbed that nail polish, to see how pink that polish was, and for my nail was already pink for the acrylic he picked out. I was just like, what were you looking at? Because the acrylic is not pink in the picture. Like, I was so confused. That's why I zoomed it in so you can see it. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm like, so at this point I was like, no design. And I'm still trying to be kind and friendly to him, even though he's being the opposite, because I don't believe on getting on people's levels. I mean, Nisha back then probably would have got gangster and ignorant with him, but I felt like God was in my head and pretty much was telling me, like, this was not my battle to fight, to be ignorant. Like, I felt like God was going to pay for his punishment, you know, in a sense. So, because I kept praying in my head, I'm like, God, why am I getting treated like this? Like, I don't deserve this, blah, 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 blah. Like, I was, like, really hurt, and I kept holding back my tears, you guys, because I was, like, really, really peed off. And this eyeshadow is not coming off of my under eye. I'm gonna do a quick prep my face. So you guys have seen me use the stuff that I'm about to use, because I'm still on Shop My Stash week 15. My primer is this e.l.f. the liquid putty with the L'Oreal mixed together. So after he did that, I was just like, hey, I don't want to design it more. And he didn't ask, like, are you sure? He said, oh, okay. I was happily to put his stuff up. I was like, oh my gosh, you are an a-hole. You are an a-hole for real. So he, so as he was getting ready to finish my nail, I said, do you have some kind of like clear glitter? Like, I didn't want my nails to be plain like this. Like, I need something. Y'all know how my nails be. So this is like the total opposite for me. So I was like, can I at least get some like a sheer glitter? And he said, yeah, for a sheer glitter. And I was like, okay. And then he grabs the polish, puts the polish on my nails, y'all, and it's clear. This, I'm like, I literally said clear sheer glitter, and he said yes. I'm like, okay, he didn't comprehend what I was saying, or either he just didn't care. So I was just like, oh my gosh, like, yeah, I'm pissed. I'm never coming back here again, not even to get my feet done. Like, y'all don't deserve my money at all. And I get up there to pay, and guess how much he charged me for this? I'm gonna let y'all guess in the comment section before I say something. Just guess. It's not the amount that he charged is the amount that I pay to get my nails done when I get a design, even if it's a full set or not. That's what I pay for. He charged me $80 for this. Now, I knew it was going to be a $20 charge to soak my nails off. I got that. So in my head, I was like, you charged me $60 for this? 60? I didn't even get no fake nails. Like, this is my nails. You charged me $60 for this. I was like, wow. So the total was $80 damn. So I had a $100 bill, and he gives me, no, I'm sorry, I had 20s, only had 20s, but I had 100 total. So I gave him exactly 80, and I was really debating on giving him a tip, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna give him a tip. He don't deserve one. And the look that he was looking, he looked so pathetic, and just, I don't know how the best way to say it, but he just looked like, ugh. And he looked like a little sad puppy because I was not tipping him. And then, I don't know, something God just told me, like don't do that. Like, that's not who you are. Don't let this guy change your character because of the way he's acting. Like, let me handle him behind closed doors. So I asked him, did he have change for 20? And where is my foundation? I asked him, did he have change for 20? And then the way he snatched it, I was like, oh my God, handle him well. Handle him. Like, I need you to handle him with all, like, if I was to be there to see his karma, like, let me be front row center. But I'm like, God, handle him well, because he is disrespectful. Okay, so he gives me my money back, and he's slick, because I thought he was going to give me back, you know, a couple of ones, because I was going to give him like a $2 tip. I'm just saying. And he gives me a 10 and 2 5s back, and I was like, oh, you little slick little sucker. So what I was going to do in my head, because I felt like I was wanting to be petty, I was going to give him that 5. Like, can I get change for a 5? But I was like, you know what, just give him his 5 and just take your service somewhere else. Don't ever come back here again. And I gave him a 5, and I could tell he was like kind of like still disappointed. He thought I was gonna give him that 10. I don't like my nails. You did not give me what I asked for. You were rude as heck, disrespectful. You kept slapping and pulling my hand and doing all this. No, you really didn't even deserve any of my money. So, and before I can, you know, as I was going through all this, another African-American lady was going off at the lady at her pedicure service, because I guess she was trying to overly charge her, and she was like, no, I just want a pedicure. And she just kept saying, you know, this is going to be this much. And she was like no, she's like, y'all are overcharging for something so simple. So she ended up leaving and not paying, but I don't even think she got, you know, all of her service done. And I was just like, yeah, see, it's just not me. They just are treating, I felt like, the blacks in general very rude, because there was other race in there. They were like nice and talking to them. I'm like, why is the black culture gotta get mistreated so disrespectfully when it comes to the nail shops? Like, I don't get it. Like, I really don't. So I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm not gonna ever come back here again. And I'm like, I wanted to tell them about their sale, but I'm like, they probably wouldn't comprehend what I was saying anyway. So as I got to the car, y'all, I couldn't even help myself. I started to cry. I started to cry because I was so hurt, so upset, and boohooing. And my husband called right when I was getting in the car, asking me did I want anything from whatever food place he was at. And I was sitting here telling him, he was like, why did you not call me? I would have came out. I'm like, came out there for what? Like, to start, like, I don't need you to, you know, like, I don't need no drama. But like he said, I should have just left and went to a different salon, but my mind was just so stuck and focused that I needed to get this fixed. I needed to get this fixed. But I should have just walked out and took my service somewhere to the 24 hours place and just took myself to the hood, okay? Because I probably would have got treated a lot better, to be honest. Just saying. But yeah, so this is why I have plain nails, and it's probably going to be like this for a while, because I'm not paying somebody else to redo this and give me another design. Because that's one thing about these nail people out here, no one likes to work over somebody else's work, and I get it. So unfortunately I am stuck with this set until it's time for me to get a fill, or no, not a fill, because like I said, nobody wants to work on somebody else's work. So most likely until it's time for me to get another full set. So I don't know how long that's going to be, because I'm gonna wear these out till I can't wear them out no more. So that is my story and my dilemma. I'm gonna finish the rest of my face off camera and come back and give you guys the whole shebang of it. All right, here is the complete and final look. I hope you guys like and enjoy today's tutorial. Sorry I had to vent to you guys, because I felt like I needed to get off my chest. So my question to you guys, what I just explained, how would you guys would have handled that situation? Do you guys feel like I handled it correctly? Should I went off? Like, should I said something? Well, I feel like I did say something, but should I have gotten up? Like, I want to know, if you was put in my shoes, what would you have done better, or the exact same thing? Because I'm just curious, because like, this world is so wicked, and it gets disgusting sometimes, you know. So, but on a positive note, I love how everything turned out, even when I'm not feeling like myself with my plain old Jane nails. I did do a couple of TikTok videos off camera, because I was doing too much talking to finish up. So I did the sunset, what is it called, the sunset blush thingy, with the orange blush transitioned into like a pink, but this time I did a red. And then I did the little silver gold, not silver, gold highlighter to represent the sun. So I think you can see right here, especially from this angle, you can see it, right? Okay, so that's why my blush looks over the top. I wanted to try out the sunset thing, and I love it. It looks amazing. And on my lips, I just have a lip liner on with one of the NYX Butter Blings. This one's in the shade, what is your name? Hustler. And it's like this really pretty like brown color. It's like a brown, right? Brown, burgundy, something like that, yeah. And that's what I have on my lips. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy. You guys all have a beautiful day. Stay blessed, stay amazing, and I'll see you guys tomorrow in another video. Bye guys.